Hey KT fam, I'm back with another video. I'm back with another trucking video. I know, I've been gone forever. Don't be mad. Some of you guys are like, okay, like, where you at, girl? Okay, I'm sorry. Like, you know I do this. I just take these breaks and it's terrible and I'm sorry. But I'm back, okay? Like, I'm back. So, you can tell by the title what I'm going to talk about in today's video, and I've been really nervous to make this video, but I keep getting comments, like people want me to basically explain the hours of service. So I'm going to try my best. First of all, I'm not good at explaining things, period. And second of all, it's just really confusing when you're first hearing about it. But I'm going to do my best. I downloaded a little whiteboard. I'm stupid. I downloaded a little whiteboard on my iPad so I can like 8 hours driving time. Yeah. So hopefully I'll be able to explain it good, like, you know, decent. So anyway, let's just get into the video. Like I said, I'm gonna do my best. You know, if you guys already know about the hours of service and I mess up, or you feel like you can explain it better, you know, feel free to comment down below, because I know a lot of you that watch me already drive, and so you already know about the hours of service. So obviously this video is for people who don't drive yet and don't know about it. I'm not gonna go into details about like recaps and whatnot, because I feel like that's just too complicated for people who want to know the hours of service. Obviously they don't know about it yet, so I'm not going to get into recaps or any splits or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just skipping that for this video. This video is strictly straight to the point, the hours of service, okay? Your drive time, your on duty time, just that's it. Okay, I'm not gonna get into specifics. This is just a beginner's video. Hours of service, this is how it works, and that's it. But you can still watch it, you know, comment, let me know if your girl missed something. Okay, I don't even know where to start. It's kind of confusing, because I remember being in Roadmaster and they were talking about all the hours of service, and I really didn't listen. It's one of those things that you just hear a bunch of numbers and you don't really listen, and you just wait until you actually have to like do it and deal with it to learn it. So yeah, so okay. You have 4 different times that you have to worry about. You have an 8-hour. Okay, I need this to come out better. That glare is just no bueno. Okay, let's try this. Is that gonna work? A little better. So there's an 8-hour, 11, 14, and 70. Okay, that's a lot of numbers right there. So basically, think of it as a 9 to 5 job. That's how I'm gonna explain it to you. So, but let's not say 9 to 5, because you have 14 hours to be on duty. You see, I'm already being terrible at explaining this. Let's start with the basics. As soon as you go on duty, the first thing you're going to do every time you're about to drive, the first thing you're going to do is your pre-trip. So no matter what, you have to do your pre-trip. You're gonna go on duty, pre-trip, and you're gonna do your pre-trip. So as soon as you go on duty for your pre-trip, that starts your 14-hour clock. I hope that's not backwards. It better not be backwards, because it looks like it's backwards to me. Okay, I had to stop the video and make sure that it wasn't backwards when I show it to you, because when I look at it, it's backwards. So anyway, now that I've got that figured out, you're going to, as soon as you go on pre-trip, okay, you go on duty, pre-trip, boom, you're on duty. That starts your 14-hour clock. You have 14 hours to be on duty. On duty is basically from when you go on, let's say 8 o'clock in the morning, you go on duty pre-trip to start your day. No matter what, your day is going to be done at 10 o'clock that night, because that's 14 hours from when you started. Whether you go off duty, if you're at a loading dock and you're on duty, if you're fueling and you're on duty or off duty, it sounds weird, but you're still running down your 14-hour clock. That's all on duty time, okay? So no matter what, if you start at 8 a.m., you're gonna be done at 10 p.m. Also with the 14-hour clock, if whatever happens, you might be getting loaded, or waiting for the shipper, or whatever it is. If you're waiting to get loaded or unloaded, your clock is running. So if you drive 2 hours to the shipper and they take 8 hours to load you, right? You drove 2 hours to the shipper and they take 8 hours to load you. That's 10 of your 14 hours. So that means you only have 4 hours to drive, okay? Because you're 14, you can't pass your 14 no matter what, even if you only drove 2 hours that day. When your 14 hours is done, you are done. So if you only drove for 2 hours and they took 8 to load you, that's 10. You only have 4 hours to drive, okay? The next thing is you have 11 hours to drive, okay? 11 hours to drive. Simple, right? 11 hours. So you have 14 to be on duty, but only 11 to drive. Literally, like, you can be, let's say you go on duty at 8 o'clock. 15 minutes right there is your pre-trip, but you still have your whole 11 hours to drive. And then let's say you drive for like 5 hours and you stop to fuel and you go off duty and you go inside to get a drink really quick or food or whatever, use the bathroom, and you go driving again. All of that time is counting for your 14, but not your driving time, okay? So that's basically two separate things. Except when you drive, it's also in your 14. No matter what, your 14-hour clock is running. But your drive clock is only running when you're driving. Simple, okay? Simple. So you have 11 hours to drive, but this part, you can think of it as a 9 to 5 job. Everybody who works a regular job, they have to take a break, right? So if you work 9 to 5, you might take your break at 12 o'clock. Okay, same thing. We have to take a 30-minute break, at least 30 minutes. 30-minute break before 8 hours. 30-minute break before 8 hours. I don't know why I'm using this whiteboard, because I'm just writing what I'm saying, but it just makes me feel better. So you have to take a 30 minutes break before your 8 hours. So you can drive for 7 hours and 59 minutes, and that's fine. You can drive for 7 hours and 59 minutes and then take your 30. But you cannot drive for 8 hours and 1 minute, because you went over your time. You didn't take your 30. So it's not good, okay? So you can drive 5 hours and take your 30. You can drive 4 hours and take your 30. You can drive 7 hours and take your 30. Just make sure you take that 30-minute break before the 8 hours is up. Another thing, you don't want to drive 2 hours. You don't want to drive any less than 3 hours before taking your break, because if you do, you're just gonna need another 30 if you plan on driving your whole 11 hours, because you have 11 hours to start. If you only drive 2 hours, you're still gonna have 9. Since you still have 9 hours, every 8 hours you have to take a break. Now, I didn't explain it that way the first time, because there really shouldn't be an every 8 hours. You should just, you have 11 hours driving, drive at least 3 hours, and you can just take a 30. You have 8 hours left to drive and you're good. Usually what I do, I try to drive between 5 to 7 hours. Actually, I'm lying. I try to drive between 6 to 8 hours. I like to do that because when I take my 30, I want to barely have time left to drive. Like, I want to have 3 to 4 hours left on my clock. Honestly, I try to drive as much as I can. In my case, I like to take my 30 with my girlfriend. So sometimes I literally take it after like 3 hours of driving, because she'll wake up and I'm like, okay, let's stop and eat and shower, whatever, so she can go back to sleep, because she drives overnight. So during the day, it's harder for her to stay sleeping. So I don't know, mine varies when I take my 30, but you'll figure out when it's best for you. You know, you'll figure out your body, or however you feel. It might be different every day, or you might do like how I usually do. I usually drive as much as I can and then take my 30 and then continue. The last one is your 70-hour clock, okay? You have 70 hours. That's for the whole week, okay? 70 hours for the week. If you drive 10 hours a day, you can drive for 7 days. That's 70 hours, okay? If you drive 11 hours a day, you can drive for 6 days. It depends. It's gonna depend on your load, how, you know, how many hours you drive a day. If you get a little short load and you drive 5 hours today, obviously you're gonna have more hours to drive for the week. To be honest, whatever system you're using, because everybody has electronic logs nowadays, it's gonna tell you everything. Like my little tablet here, it tells me, it has my brake, driving, shift, and cycle. Okay guys, so you see how it says brake, driving, shift, cycle. That's how many hours I have left in my cycle right now. And then that's my 14 hour. Everything is gonna go down, so I need to brake before that goes away. I need to go off duty before that goes away. That one shows you everything here. That's like the logbook, but on the tablet. Fills out everything for you, has everything. You can edit off duty, sleeper, on duty. It's gonna make you go on driving automatically on duty. That's the pre-trip inspection. Sleeper, when I need to be in sleeper, off duty, all these things. Okay, so yeah, it's all gonna depend. Your drive time all depends on, you know, if you're solo or team. If you're solo, you know, you might drive 3 hours to finish getting your load there, and then the rest of your day is wasted getting loaded or unloaded, or, you know, whatever it is. If you're solo, your time is gonna vary. You just have to know, don't pass 8 hours without taking a 30. Don't drive more than 11 hours in a day. Don't work past your 14-hour clock. Okay, that's all you need to know. So once you get all those added up, the 70-hour clock, which I know when I'm gonna take my reset. So your 70-hour clock is when you have to take your reset. You don't have hours left to drive. You might end with, like, I don't know, a few hours, and your company's like, okay, time for you to take a reset, and you just take a reset. Or you tell your, my computer just fell. Oh, that was so rude. Okay, that was not nice. Okay, back to what I was saying. So yeah, you'll know when to take your reset. Most of these nowadays, whatever you're using, a tablet or a Qualcomm or a Drive Tech, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about your hours. So it's not that difficult. I hope I explained it pretty well, and I don't know, you guys, help me out. For those of you who know the hours of service, help me out. Let me know if I forgot anything. So anyway, to sum it up, okay? You have 11 hours to drive every day. You have to take your 30-minute break before driving 8 hours. You have 14 hours to work in a day, which is on duty time, and you have 70 hours in a week. And then you get a 34-hour reset. So you have to be off duty for 34 hours. But the hours of service, no matter what, if you're a team or solo, everybody has the same amount of hours to drive on duty. Everything is the same. It's gonna vary how much you drive every day depending on your load. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I explained it you know, good. I did the best I could. Okay, I tried. A lot of you have been asking for this video, so I'm like, let me give it a shot. Okay, so give the video a thumbs up, comment down below, and make sure you guys subscribe for more videos. Bye.